Kia ora, Pisces. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining me. This is your reading for this full moon in Gemini, which will be happening tomorrow, generally speaking. So let's get the reading, the storyline out for you. We've got a few other decks to clarify, and what else? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is for, you could say, ascendant sun and moon, Pisces. And I'm trying to keep the readings, get them a little bit faster, a little bit shorter, because I tend to go on a bit. So bear with me, see if I can do it. So we're coming out here, hang on a moment, right, and a rock mineral crystal card for you. There's a theme running through a lot of these readings for the Gemini full moon, a theme of using the imagination actually is a really useful tool. And as some people think it's a time-wasting thing, of course I don't, and not everyone does. It's an incredibly useful tool, the imagination, the imaginal realms, the creative world. So, your creative world, Pisces. We come out here with, actually I'm going to get one more card. We come out here with the Knight of Pentacles, very reliable, very good manager of things, of distribution as much as anything else. Managerial, combined with this Queen of Pentacles, benevolent queen, make sure other people are okay. There might be a lot of stuff that you're needing to manage at the moment or organise. A reconfiguration, potentially of what you have in your world, or what you're going to do with it, what you do with your resources. All of this is a consideration in here. We then have the card of Judgment. So we're talking similar to justice, we're talking about natural law. We're talking about the nature that allows everything to work in its own way. It's all based on balance, isn't it? It's all based on a kind of internal balance. At the same time, and an external balance, we see it in nature. At the same time, Pisces, there's an aspect here of actually, maybe you're retrieving memory. Maybe you're having memories of things that you haven't from the past before, from childhood, from going back, and it's sort of playing out in front of you at times as a sort of something to think about, something that you are thinking about is what I get here. There's also Five of Swords coming up, a difficult card. It is a difficult card. Feelings of potential, other people taking credit for maybe things that you do. Feeling like, somehow to get what you want, you can't be upfront about it. This is a archetype that we all have, which is that ultimately it's self-sabotorial. And so understanding how we work with this when it's playing out, being aware of it, playing out in our lives. If it is in relation to ourselves, it could be someone in your environment that you're having to deal with that is a bit sabotorial, Pisces. And then we have a beautiful Four of Swords, respite, rest, taking time out, which only we can do for ourselves. No one comes and gives us it. We make a choice to take that time out to give ourselves a bit of self-care in that way. And with that, we sort of fortify ourselves, or revivify ourselves would be a word. So let's just go through, we'll clarify. So we've got for Pisces this Knight of Pentacles, the consummate manager. Maybe you are the manager of a lot of things at the moment, a lot of things on your plate. So we get the Three of Swords, and just that Knight and the Queen of Pentacles seem to be sitting together here. So we'll just get one more. We've got that Three of Swords, which is understanding sorrow. We know what it is to feel heart pain, and that can bring up a lot of memory as well. So Three of Swords here, sorrow in the Thoth deck it is called, and with that we have the moon. Now sometimes we're walking, this is a good Gemini full moon, a time of, being illuminated. There's a lot of light up there in the sky. We might have a new level of clarity on our own thoughts on how we communicate with others, what we give out there, how we relate to ourselves, our views about ourselves. How do we feel about ourselves? How do we feel about those others, people in our lives, Pisces? It's all here in this card. There are some things that we are not conscious of. And that doesn't mean to say that one will never be conscious of. Often in times of respite and rest, as in the Four of Swords, we do get glimmers and glimpses. We get insight. We get downloads, if you want to put it like that. We get downloads in that zone. It's very useful. It's active in action. So the inaction of rest and respite is actually very activating after we come out of that, is what I'm trying to say. So sometimes in this, this is, sometimes, what's that? Sometimes we walk in the dark valley of the moon. When it's a new moon, we don't see it for a good few days before we start to see that sliver of light. Sometimes things are brought into our conscious mind in these times of full moon, and it may well be about management and resources and how you utilize what you have for yourself. But let's look at judgment for Pisces here. Judgment. Judgment. We'll just get one more card. We have the Four of Cups coming out and the Six of Wands, which is wonderful. So the Four of Cups, judgment. So we're looking at judgment. Four of Cups is about complacency, not seeing offerings when they are given. We don't see it as an offering, so we don't sort of act upon it. The Four of Cups is a wonderful card suggesting that, we need to keep our eyes open, for example, to offerings that we don't see, that aren't familiar to us, but they are an offering that may well be advantageous to take. I would be aware of that at this time, not to... there's something within this card that being a four is such a solid, strong kind of number, and yet we have water here. Water needs to flow. There's something beneficial for you, and that, as I said, keeping your eyes open for potential offerings that might not you might not think they are, or you don't feel like you've got the energy to accept them, because we've got the Six of Wands, which is a winning card. It's about success. It's about success. Five of Swords. Please, I've got my little blackbird friends up there. And all the little fledglings are taking their first flights. Having a bit of a hoo-ha. Now, sorry, Pisces. Now, we're looking at the Five of Swords. We have the Eight of Cups, doubling up on that Four of Cups here. We create a buffer zone. We have an objective. In some ways, I don't think they're having a fight. Objective viewpoint about our emotional situation, our emotional state. Now, this is natural, is it not? You know, we protect ourselves. We create a level of space around us in relation to others, in relation to what's going on for us. And then we have the Ten of Cups. 8 and 10. Also in the 8, you know, the figure in traditional decks, the figure walks towards a horizon line where 2 cups lie. That sort of clear, reciprocal contract, communication relationship. They're walking away from 8 cups. They've been through all that suit up until that point, and then they walk away to get the 2. I don't think, Pisces, you need to walk away to get 10 cups, because we've got that coming up here. Beautiful, heightened emotional satisfaction. Clearly, when we understand maybe our habits or the habits of others around us, the self-saboteur energy, yeah, we create a distance from that if we see it operating around us. It's not really to do with us, is it? In that case, it's to do with someone else or some other situation. But that's quite heartening to, and of course, to have the 8 of Cups and the 10. And then we've got the Ace sitting there on the bottom of the deck. Very positive. We come then to the 4 of Swords, Pisces, the 4 of Swords, where we make a choice to give ourselves rest and respite, because we understand that a lot of things come to us when we do this. We have the Star, beautiful healing card. So there's a sort of Pisces out there that's going through a probably quite a healing time, even though it might not feel that way at this moment. The Star is the bridge. We feel a great connection between the wider cosmos and our place here on this earth. Stripped back naked, there's nothing to hide in the Star. There's a healing going on. And we all know that often that can be quite painful. It can feel quite painful initially. Let's get a Brian Froud Pixie and Fairy card for you, Pisces, as a general overview of this, reading. Yeah, you know, you might be feeling, as I said, it's uncomfortable, isn't it, sometimes when we go through this sort of losing a skin and growing a new one. Pardon me, it can be uncomfortable. We've got Fifth of Footer, on and off kind of energy. We've got one foot on the ground. We can't seem to keep both of our feet on the ground. It's as much energetic as it is anything else, on and off kind of energy, on and off, on and off. There's a point where we manage to ground. And I think the key here is, you know, this review, this memory, stream of memories coming back. We've got Hapona's wild daughter, about going back in the deep depths of our own memories, experiences, all of that is key here to a new level of healing and understanding and awareness within yourself, Pisces. So it's all pretty full on. Now, we've got a rock mineral crystal card that you can carry with you in your mind's eye during the week if you don't have one. We've got azurite, divine guidance, stillness, new connections, and astral travel. We also had another one that came out with it. So that's a beautiful purpley, goldy, lovely stone there. We have Aragon star cluster, earth healing, grounding, stress relief, and vitality. Now this is, if you want to look at it, this is the key to getting to that point. On that note, Pisces, thanks for joining me. Take care over this full moon in Gemini week, and we'll see you next time. Ka kite, bye.